to all the viewers, and this is the series of So What's Next, which we do with various experts in different fields around the world. And the reason why we named it as So What's Next is the way, the positive way of looking at the situation right now and after this, what will happen positively, how can we come out of it, with flying colors, and how can we look at being more creative even after such a big disaster. So welcome Tanja. Tanja is one of the NLP life coach. She's currently based in Austria, and it's our extreme pleasure to have you for our live chat.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm so used to this that people are calling me Tanja in Dubai, My name is Tanya, but it's with J. So yeah, Tanja, it's fine as well.
That sounds sweet though. Tanja is a good name. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so Tanja, as you are a life coach, so many of the people I know, and I talk to them, still, some of them are not very sure with the concept of being a life coach. So what does it exactly mean?
So yeah, life coach, it's actually it is kind of new. Like everywhere, people are still like wondering what is it. And with NLP, it's a bit like bigger than just life coaching, because I'm NLP life coach. So people are calling us sometimes even the therapist or hypnotherapist, because it's so much things going on in the things that we are doing. So just as a life coach, it's actually so important, because people need to start seeing the things that everyone needs help. And this doesn't mean that they need help because something is wrong with them, but it's just they need someone to talk with. They need someone to feel that they can even open themselves, and there is someone who will listen, who will be ready to be with them on the way to success. And success doesn't mean just like personal success, success at work, but in all areas in life. And even if you feel amazing, you can always feel better, right? So yeah, I think it's better to say life coach than therapist, or I don't know, any other words or association with that, because people, when they hear therapist, they already get scared, Or hypnotherapist, it's like, what is wrong with me? I'm gonna be hypnotized. So yeah, I think it's getting like more and more known in the world that everyone who wants to improve, even the people that you have them as an idol, they have life coach, they have a fitness coach, they have a coach for everything to grow, because life is about the process. And in school, you never get any experience with anything what we are doing, because there you don't know how to learn faster, how to manage your emotions, how to manage the stress that you're dealing with, how to manage the situation that you're having at home and you need to bring it to school. So I think this is now really good as well. If you are a parent, it's so important to know how the mind works. How the mind works, how the energy works, how the mind of your kids works. So yeah, I think it's really important to have this kind of sessions. Like everyone, me like I'm
So you
connecting
always
with.
wanted. So that's quite interesting that a life coach is like a very close friend. We can just talk to them about everything. We can share our emotions. So there's so many things. I think it's like an ecosystem around you that builds up. So you always wanted to be one of them, or how did you decide to be a life
So
coach?
actually, I was in the modeling for more than 10 years. Then I was in the hospitality, and I was always the one, whatever I was working, I was helping others, to achieve something better or feel better. Even when I was in the modeling world, I remember I had always with me, when I went for a fashion show, like a full bag of food. I was like, oh, you feel bad? Here you have a chocolate. I didn't know how to help emotionally, but I was like, the chocolate always helps. Like, don't starve yourself. Like, you are beautiful. So I always was giving, and I was always thinking how to give. How to help others, and whenever I wanted to feel the best, I did something for someone, and I felt that, And actually, when I got sick, I searched for help, and NLP helped me. I got healed, and then I said to myself, that's it. This is the thing that I need to share with the world. So here I am.
Amazing. So, all the new followers who have just joined us, we are in conversation with Miss Tanja Vola. She's from, I hope I have taken your second name right. Tanja.
Tanya Volic, but they're calling me
Tanya
Tanja,
Vola.
yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to,
Okay.
it doesn't exist, yeah.
Okay, Tanya from, and she's currently based in Austria, and she's an NLP life coach, and she has just explained herself very beautifully that what a life coach means. So Tanya, I mean the one thing being she does is improving a lot of self-esteem and
Yes.
self-confidence and self-transformation for all the
Mm,
age groups of women. So being
mm,
a life coach yourself, you must have been coming, going through a lot of such women who really needs this kind of an encouragement. So
yeah.
what would be your suggestion or ways of building one's
Mm.
self-esteem or self-confidence?
Yeah. So actually, first thing, because we are on Instagram, stop comparing yourself with others on Instagram and all other social media. I know you've heard this million times, but you're still doing it. All of us sometimes, subconsciously, right? We are programmed this way that we need to compare ourselves in everything. Okay?
Yeah.
So how to stop comparing yourself? There's so many times. Even today, I was just speaking before that with one girl, and she said, "I just do it on Instagram. It's easier for me, so I'm not gonna do live today." I was like, "Why?" And she said, "Because it's easier for me not to follow these people that I'm comparing my life with them, so this is the easiest way." So always, if you are avoiding the problem, you are not solving the problem. You need to come to the root cause. Why do I need to compare myself with someone else? Everyone has their own story. And if I'm gonna watch now, like, I don't know, your journey, it's not gonna be same as mine. Maybe you are more successful in some area, maybe I'm more successful in other area. And I was working with like really wealthy people, and they were so unhappy. So maybe some people, they don't have success and money, but they know how to be happy, how to be humble, how to be grateful. So you can just find something that you're good at. For example, some people that I'm in coaching, I say put down first things that you're grateful for. They cannot find even one.
Wow.
They're driving Ferrari, they have amazing family, they have good reputation, they look good, they have fitness trainers, they are fit, but in their head is this limiting belief that they might get even in the childhood, I am not good enough. And let me tell you, more than 90% of people, they have that, even if they look confident. Don't compare yourself with them because you don't know what is inside. Usually the people, like models as well, they look the most confident. They are not at all. They're carrying so much traumas inside, and maybe even their reason to show themselves is to be liked. But first, you really need to be liked by yourself. By
Right.
yourself, no one else. And then even your energy will create the energy of love, which is self-love, and people will love you naturally. It doesn't matter if you have ginger, curly hair, tattoos, or they will just love you, and you will start changing physically. It's scientifically proven when you get love from others. If you have a good partner who's showing you love every day, that's amazing. Okay, you will start getting prettier. Even if you're a mom and you get love from the kids, you start getting more beautiful. It's even research. If you have like a couple which is really loving or couple with toxic relationship between them, physically you can start changing. But why are you waiting to get this from someone else if you can give first to yourself, right?
Right.
It's so much easier. It sounds easier, but yeah, there is like root causes that we, with the coaching, the questions, with the therapist, we are actually removing. So that's why we are here.
So,
Yeah.
for my understanding, a woman goes through different phases of life, you know. First she's a
Mm.
daughter, then she comes in an adolescence, you know, then she goes to the college, the peer pressure, then they get married or the job, and then, you know, becoming a mother, and then, you know, taking care,
Mm.
nurturing the family. And so they have many roles to play in life and many stages
Exactly.
they see. So, you know, in every stage,
Mm.
you know, the challenges are different. So is the life coach there to
Mm.
help in a similar manner in all their life stages, or does it apply different techniques in every case to case, or every phase of life a woman is facing challenge? So how does it work?
Yeah, we are all human beings. Like we are all same. We are made from same stuff, right? The atoms. We are having just different energies, different belief systems. So what we really need to know is first to be a good listener.
Yeah.
First, and when you listen, when you really, really listen to the person, you realize what they need. Sometimes they think that they need something, and on the other side, it's something completely else. So first is being a good listener, then to
Right.
apply the techniques that is good for them. And sometimes it's the same technique for 15 years old model or 70 years old man who has already grandchildren and he doesn't have confidence and he doesn't know how to even leave the wife because he would just lose this identity of being a good husband, a good father, a good grandfather, you know. It's so many things there, and it can be the same issue actually in the end for this 15 years old girl and 70 years old man as well, right?
Mm.
So it can be the same technique, but it's completely up like from each other. So that is the thing as well. What we all need to learn more, how to listen. People
Right.
are quiet and they are there sometimes, but they are not present. How to be present and listen. Because we can all be therapists to each other, even as a friend, even as a mother. You can be the best therapist to your kids if you are at least a good listener. That's the first thing. Even
Right.
children, they need to be heard, right?
Correct. Yeah.
It is so, so, so important. And don't take things personal. Just don't take things personal. Like people who judge you and who are like commenting, I don't know what kind of comments on Instagram or YouTube or wherever you're showing yourself. I can see that there is a fear of judgment, right? It's a big fear of judgment. And then you need to put all these filters and all this makeup and all these things that we are doing, right? But in the end, when you are thinking, that's not a way, you know, it's just not a way. So whenever someone judge you, I would give one tip here. You need to start thinking from his perspective and his emotional baggage that they might carry. So whoever has self-love, good self-esteem, confidence, they wouldn't judge you. They're judging themselves. Even
Right.
you, if you judge whoever is listening now, if you're judging others, you're judging yourself, right?
Right.
When you have like this heart, body and mind connection full of love, you don't judge others. First of all, you don't care. Second of all, you don't need to do that. And third of all, it's just you are focused on what is important to you. And trust me, you are not giving focus on the people that they're not even important in your life. So whoever is
Correct.
judging people and putting these comments, guys, it's them. It's not even about you. It's not me. You can always say this affirmation to yourself. This is not me. It's them, their perspective, and their low self-esteem that they need to do this to others. They can feel better, right? Now they feel worse, so I feel better. It's just the ego
Yeah.
thing as well.
I totally understand with what you said just now. So bringing back to the thing that, you know, which I always personally believe in, having a
Mm-hmm.
hobby. You know, so how important for a
Hmm.
person's personal or mental growth hobby plays a role, and should one have a particular hobby, and how does it, you know, make that person de-stress, you can say, or
Mm.
motivate, you know, it doesn't matter, you're a doctor, you're an engineer, you are an bestest of the profession in the world, you're very busy. But at the same time, even if,
Yes.
in fact, if you're a housewife, you have, you're very busy with your family chores, bringing up your kids, taking care of everything. But how important is to have that one hobby, and how
Mm.
psychologically it plays positively in a women's or a men life in a positive manner.
Boana just joined us, you see. Boana, for example, is a amazing example for what you just said. She's a personal trainer. And I know so many women in Dubai, they're having personal trainer just because of that. Not even to get, not to lose weight, but to have something to feel better with someone who's giving them this confidence as well, right? So they're having
Right.
the trainer who's not judging them. They are not judging
Okay.
them. They're there for them, and they hang out with someone. They feel that they are doing something, and hobby is not necessary to have. When you have it, it's already
Right.
giving you some kind of confidence. Look, I'm doing something that I'm not pushed to do it, but it's my thing that I just love to do. So when you do the
Yeah.
hobby, you actually do something for the self-love, for the time that it's important to have for yourself. And don't
Right.
push yourself to have the same hobby as your best friend or your husband or your brother. No, just find something that it might inspire you when you're already a little girl, right? So you are there and thinking like, what should I do? And it can be something really silly, completely silly. Even playing chess, don't play chess. Play chess with like old people that they need a company. When you're gonna help someone as well as a hobby, you're gonna feel so much better. It's as well scientifically proven, people. When you help someone, you feel so much better. Helping
Right.
others. It can be a hobby. It can be even that a hobby. Think every day, write down what can I do today for others that they will
Right.
feel better. Even if it's just a message to someone who you might think is lonely in this time that is happening right now. One thing
Right.
can. So yeah, hobby, to take a time for yourself, for what you love, then you are just giving yourself this attitude of self-love, like I need to reserve time for me and doing what I really love. Especially if you are forced to do the job that you don't like, which I don't believe that anyone is forced, but let's have this maybe for another time. It's so important, at least to have this 1 hour, just 1 hour per week to do you love. Just
And definitely COVID has given us that time and situation, to rediscover ourselves, to
mm,
introspect ourselves, to know ourselves better. So to the
mm,
followers who have just joined us, I'm in conversation with Tanya. She's based in Austria. She's NLP life coach, and I'm so amazed to have this session with her and to know closely how life coach works and helps people in general and in particular in case of certain situation they go through in their lives. So,
mm.
Tanya, I mean, coming back to the COVID situation, I know it's
Yes.
a very unpleasant situation for all of us across the world, and it has been quite depressing, loss of so many things. I mean, lives and economy, and the motivation, the dream people had. The way of thinking has been changed. But
Mm,
at the same time, there are pros and cons of every situation. So if we look at the positive side of it, I would like
mm,
to know from you, what is that one thing you can claim that even after such a big disaster,
mm.
that one positive thing has happened to you.
It's so many of them actually, but okay, I will focus on one.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
one is, for example, what I'm doing now. I'm taking time to do the online things. Before, I never do any online session. I didn't go live. I had so many excuses. I don't have time. I need to focus on my clients. I need to focus on myself. I need to focus on my family and friends. Now I don't have excuses. Now I need to do this, right? What I wanted for so long. So I said to myself, what should I do now when I'm stuck at home? And I have so much to do. I'm telling you guys, I have a million times more to do than before. Because when you have your purpose, your passion, even if it's hobby, for example, yoga, okay, before you went to the class of yoga, now you can put on YouTube, no excuses, right? I said to myself, so Tanya, you are a life coach. Now, no excuses. What can you do? And I started this mindful coach on Instagram. And I said to myself, I'm gonna get people that they will just contact me and it will be amazing. So I really stayed positive in wait, what can I do? So what you can do actually, everyone who's watching, focus on what you can do, not what you can do. What you
Right.
can do in this situation. Okay, I can spend time now to get closer again with my kids, with my husband, with my boyfriend, with my friends, even if it's virtually. You can call them before maybe you didn't have time to call them. So take the most positive things out of it and stop focusing on what you cannot do, right? Face the situation. Here's how it is. For me, it's amazing because now I took it in this way. It
Right.
was hard in the beginning, you know. It was not for me. I'm not all the time super happy, super positive. I actually had my friend Juana that I just mentioned it join us, and she was like, "Tanya, calm down. It's fine, you know." And then I was like, "You feel me being anxious?" And she was like, "Yeah, I can feel your energy, right?" I was like, "Oh, thanks so much." I have as well my friends who know me so good that they are my kind of life coaches as well. I calmed down and said everything will be fine. I got the flight from Dubai to Croatia at that time. When it was already closed, the airport was closed. So there is always an option, guys. When you keep your mind positive, it's always the option, it's always the solution. But it's not always like really easy to stay positive. So ask for help. If not me as a life coach, your friend, your mom, open yourself and talk. If you don't want to, take a paper, write down what is it bothering me, put it out, okay?
Right.
And focus on what is good, right?
Right.
What is good in this situation? What did I gain? I gained my peace. I gained the stress out of my shoulders. I got time for myself. So focus on what you have. You have no peace. You have time. You have time for self-care. Care. Learn how to do the makeup. I don't know. Do something about it. Right?
So, to the viewers who have just joined, I am in conversation with Tanya. She's currently based in Austria. She's NLP life coach, and she's as beautiful as you can see on the screen. And at the same time, she has amazing tips to self motivate yourself, encourage yourself, and to look at the positive way of, even after such a big disaster of COVID, how we can come out of it. So Tanya, I always like to ask this from the experts who come and have a
Okay.
conversation with me, that, in a nutshell, in a summary, if you have to give all your experience and knowledge, and you want to share this with all the viewers right now, what it would be? How can you? What would be that one message that you would like to communicate with them?
Because we started as a self-esteem and self-confidence, which is so important in all areas of your life, job, relationships, everywhere. Negative self-talk. Stop negative self-talk. It affects your mind, it affects your body, it affects your spiritual journey, your confidence, and start being aware of the thoughts and the talk that you're giving to yourself. And it can be really small things. For example, I'm so stupid, I forgot to send an email. That's a negative self-talk. That you start believing your thought that you are stupid, you are not worthy, your low self-esteem goes down. So be aware of the thoughts, even the small one that you're saying, oh, I'm late. How can I be again like so late, so stupid, so not responsible, right? Like irresponsible. Like I need to be more responsible. Ask yourself, what did I do good today? Write down. I always say that in all my videos you can see, write down the things. When you do the kinesthetic, you write down, what did I do good? And don't say, oh, now this is COVID situation, I was just on my sofa, I was lazy. No, you took time for yourself. Bravo, great job. Finally, you took time for yourself to rest. So it's not you being lazy, again, positive focus, right? It's not you being on the sofa, you taking rest to restart and to even better. It's always something
Amazing.
positive in any situation. Positive self-talk.
Yes, I think that is quite important. It is very common in saying that you have to be positive, you should stay positive, but practically, when all of us try to apply it on a daily basis, sometimes, or I would say most of the time, we are unable to actually practice it. And
Mm,
you know, and as it sounds very common, but it is a very essential part of our lives, and as a human brain and personality we have to stay positive, and saying positive things to us does encourage, many thought process, many people in general as in personality. So yes, I totally agree, and thank you so much for sharing all
thank
these
you so much for inviting
valuable messages. And to all the viewers, I just had a fabulous chat with Tanya. She's currently based in Austria. She's NLP life coach, and she can be your fabulous mentor, a friend, a person whom you can share any kind of a situation or a difficult situation which you must be facing, or even in general, when you want to discuss your emotions, or something you don't
Yes,
find it very
yes.
comfortable with anyone else around you. So thank you so much, Tanya. It was
Thank
great
you
having
so
you.
much. You are amazing. I can feel your good energy coming here in Austria to Europe. So thank you so
Thank you so much. I think the entire world needs the positive energy to come out of it. And very soon, inshallah, we should be all out of it.
much.
And hope to see you around if in case you are coming and visiting us in Dubai. And you stay
I
blessed.
am all the
Take
time
care.
in Dubai. I used to live there now 5 years, so you will see me soon.
Amazing.
We will go
Amazing.
shopping.
Yes, of course, we will be. So thank you so much.